Good morning everyone. Now let us start our today's class with new topic. The topic is data types. In data types, what is data type? Data type is basically to store that which type of data we are going to use in our program. It is basically for that. Here I have defined some data types. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The first type of data is integer. Integer means it will take only integer values. That means either minus or positive. But it should be in a real form. Real form, that means it will not going to be in the fractional part. Okay. So integer will take values in real form and it will take values from 2 to 4 bytes. That means 1 byte is equals to 8 bit. So it will take values from 16 to 32 bits. This is the description for int. 2 to 4 bytes means this is the size of integer, and whatever value we have to take in this range only. Okay. Next one is fractional part. Fractional type. Fractional type means float or double. There are two terms, float and double, in which we can access the data, and the size of these two are 4 to 8 bytes. The size of float is 4 and the size of double is 8. In float you can take values minus 1.567 up to 7 decimal places, and in double you can take values 2.567 more than 7 decimal values. Don't be confused that I have taken float value as a -1 and double value as a +1. There is nothing like that. You can take both ranges, that means -1 also in float and +1 also is in float. In double also -1 is also in float. Sorry, in double also you can take minus values as well as plus values. Now the next one is character. In character, what is the data type for this? Char. Char is the small symbol for character, what we are going to use in our program. Char basically of 2 bytes, and it stores values in single quotes. Okay, in single quotes. Boolean, it is of only 1 bit. It will give you answer in only true or false. So that's why it stores only 1 bit. So this is the type chart of data types, and this is the description regarding data type, the size of the data type. So these things you are having in your programming section of the Bluechain. Now next one is operators. I think I taught you how to initialize the variable. For initialization int x is equals to 10. That means 10 is initializing to x. The value of 10 is assigning to x. So this is called initialization of any variable. Now the next topic is operators. There are different operators like arithmetical operator, then assignment operator, logical operator, relational operator, okay, and unary operator. These types of operator we are going to read in our this class. The first one is, first of all, I write the heading operator. Operator. In operator, there is first one, arithmetical operator. Okay. Next, assignment or relational. Second one is relational operator. Third one, logical operator. Fourth one, unary operator. And the last one is assignment operator. So these are the following operators. Now one by one I will explain. In arithmetical operator, that means simple mathematics, like plus, minus, multiplication, division, mod, etc. All mathematical operators come into arithmetical operators. Suppose when you write C equals to A plus B, that means you are using arithmetical operator. X is equals to Y into Z. So this is arithmetical operator. So wherever we are using the arithmetical operators, that means we are using mathematical operators in our program. One thing more I want to make you clear. If what are these two things? Whenever we are placing any operator in between two operands, these are known as operands. These A and B is known as operands. And when we put any operator in between, then after that operation will occur. That means with operands and operator, then any operation perform. Okay, so keep in mind. The next one is relational operator. Relational operator, as the name it suggests, that it may create some relation. Yes, it creates some relation. In mathematics, you do relation like this. If A greater than 10, then A is greater than 10. Suppose A equals to 20 is there. So 20 is greater than 10, then this statement will occur. If it is not there, else A is smaller than 10. Suppose here in place of 10 there is 5. So A equals to 5. Condition is what? A greater than 10. 5 greater than 10? No, condition false. So this one will not execute. This one will execute. So these types of relations when we are finding in our program, so that in that condition we are using relational operator. So this is the use of relational operator, where we find out the relation. Suppose you go to market and you buy any material or goods from any shop, and you say that I am in relation of this person, so he will give you. And if he found that you don't have any relation and you are just speaking lie over there, then in that case what he will do? He will say, no, I don't know you, I am not going to give you the things. So the same manner over here also, relational operator do what? It just find out the relation. If relation is there, then you will get the result, and if it is not, then you will not. So relational operator is what? Like greater than, less than, equal, not equal. These are used for finding relation. Next, logical operator. In logical operator, we perform some logic. Like if I give one live example, if your age is more than 18. If your age is more than 18 and you are girl, then you are eligible for marriage. That means for the marriage you should have to fulfill two conditions. First of all, you should have age of more than 18, and second thing, you should be a girl. But in case of boys, if you are more than 21 and you are a boy, then only you can marry. And if your age more than 21 and you are a girl, then really you are eligible for marriage. Okay, so don't be confused about this. In this case, we have to find out the logic, and logic will found out by these condition: and operator, or operator. Okay, these two will decide that this condition is going to be executed or not. Okay, so logical operation perform what? If a greater than 10 and a is equals to 20, then a will execute. That means a must be greater than 10 and a must be equals to 20, then this statement will execute, otherwise it will not. And if I use over here or, that means now there is two situations. If there is a 15, suppose a equals to 15 over here. Okay, now 15 is greater than 10 or 15 is equals to 20. That means if any of the condition will true, then you will get the desired result. Okay, I think clear. If I will make one truth table for this, suppose this is A, this is B, and we are performing A and B. Okay, if true, true, then always condition true. If first one condition true, if second one condition true, then we are going to get the result in true. But if the condition, if here you see true, true, false, true, false, false. Now here you can say in AND operator what happens if both condition will true. If both condition will true, in that case only you will get a true result. But if any of the condition is false, then in that case you will get a false result, because AND says both condition has to be true, then only you get the right result. But in OR operator what happens? If you talk about the OR operator, in that case if any of the condition is true, then we'll get a true value. Okay, so keep in mind, in OR case there is one condition must be true, then only you are going to get the true result. One more is there, that is NOT operator. In NOT operator, that means whatever you say, the reverse of that. If I say if A greater than B, if A equals to 10, then condition true. Then if I use NOT operator over there, that means false result we have to print. Sometimes we play the games also, whatever I ask you have to give the wrong result. The NOT operator says the same. The NOT operator use the same concept. Okay. Now the next one is unary operator. Unary operator, what it is used for? Unary operator means plus plus, minus minus. Okay. Unary means it has only one operand. Suppose we have written plus A, that means it is prefix. And if I have written over here a plus plus, that means it is postfix. It is prefix and this is postfix. When an operand is having any sign before of it, it is known as prefix. When any operand is having any sign after it, it is known as postfix. If I will give you an example for this, we are recharging our mobile before using, so that is known as prefix, prepaid. And we are giving our electricity bill after using it, that means we are post charging. Okay, so keep in mind, this is known as prefix and this is known as postfix. Now next one is in prefix and in postfix. Suppose this type of statement is written, if a equals to 1, in that case what happens? In plus plus a, we will do a equals to a plus 1. That means a is 1 and 1 is added into it, it will become 2. Always plus plus increase one value. And one thing I told over here, prefix, that means first of all you have to recharge. First of all you have to increase. In this case we have to first of all increase, then use the value. But if it is postfix and you have written over here a equals to a plus 1, then the value remains 1 and after one execution the value will added. Okay, so keep in mind, you will be more clear when you are going to do some exercises on it. Now see, suppose a is equals to 15 and you have to find out this a equals to plus plus a plus a plus plus. You have to do this. In this case what happened? A equals to plus plus a. That means a's value is 1 and 1 we have to add in it. 1 plus 15 plus. Now after adding this we will get a 16. Okay, because a's value is now changed. And in this condition a plus plus, that means this one will not change because it's a postfix. So we will get a 16 plus 0, 16 only. So in the next statement we say 16 plus 16, a equals to 32. We will get this result. Okay, so 1 will not be added over here. It will add in the next iteration. So don't be confused about it. I'll give you more about this in the next video class. Now the next one is assignment operator. In assignment operator, what we do? We are assigning some values into it. Like suppose I have written a plus is equals to 10. What does it mean? A equals to a plus 10. This is the short form. Short form, whatever we are using over here, we can write like this. Suppose we have written x minus is equals to 10. In this case, x equals to x minus 10 is the solution for this. Okay, so these things, these short forms, whatever we are using in our questions, that is known as assignment operator. We can write here dollar equals to, sorry, not dollar, it is percentage. Then a percentage equals to 10. In this case we have to write. Okay, so these things are there which we have to see, and the tables are also given into your books. You can go through the book and you can check out that what are the things are written. The last topic of this chapter is precedence of operators. You always see that there is a precedence, that means priority, that means there is hierarchy is being made for any terms whatever we are using in our system. So we have to also follow that precedence. Okay, so better we explain this because precedence of operator is also a very important topic. So I'll explain this in our next video class. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day.